expected is a sound like no other when they raise that 12th man flag here in Seattle. We just heard it, and that means it's time for football at CenturyLink Field. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Denver Broncos and the Seattle Seahawks. Now a play fake here on first down. He's got his man on the crossing route. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 19 yards right off the bat. And a quick first down. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. The tackle. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
On 2nd and 9, Wilson. Got a man, that's Richie James. And he will go out right near the 35-yard line. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
Well, remember, they tried to give him the ball and let him run on the last play, but I think the light bulb went off in their play caller's mind, and this time they get it to him the more conventional way, and it's much more successful as well.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 35-yard line. From the gun, it's Wilson. And he finds Penny. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
A nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. DK Metcalf hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Seahawks take the ball down the field and score on the opening drive. Myers connects on the PAT, and that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. 85-yard line. Block, and the Broncos going to come up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll run for the first time with James Conner. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Now the first carry here for Phillip Lindsay. And he powers his way up past the 30. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Third down, here's Lindsay. And he's going to be stopped short of a first down as they'll get to him at about the 33. Only 2 yards, and it'll be a punt on their opening possession. An ideal start defensively. They already have the touchdown. Now they get the stop.
Just like they drew it up on the chalkboard. Does that sound dated? Right? Am I out of touch a little bit?
It's all right.
All right, grease board, heck, computer, exactly what you want, though. Score on your first drive, stop them on the first drive defensively.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. So the hold on special teams backs him up all the way inside the 15 to start.
Move. 3 out. 48 mark. 48 mark. Check 13. Check 13.
They run it with Carson. And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line.
Chris Carson.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Focus, defense, focus. Mike 48, Mike 48. All day, baby, all day.
Here's Wilson. This one into the hands of Burton. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. So a little extra on top of the big play there.
It's tough for guys rushing the passer, but you have to know when the ball is gone. And if you listen, officials will tell you ball's gone. He didn't pull up.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer.
It's our time. 48 for Mike. Watch the screen. Pass. He's checking.
Throwing is Wilson. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. A 12-yard touchdown grab. Here the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead.
14. Broncos nothing.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
5-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. As the season winds down and you look at them in totality, you know, the offense has struggled. The defense has been pretty good, so I would imagine the changes this offseason may be more on the offensive side of the ball.
And this is where we always hear the term complementary football, because, as you noted, the defense has played well enough for them to win games, and the offense has held them back. So they've got to reward that defense by improving on offense. I don't know if you make a change, a quarterback, running back, tight end, it doesn't matter. Get better players, better system, so they can play to the standards of the defense, and the win column will result.
Check, check, walk 54, walk 54. Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up, D.
Locke going to get this out quickly. Sutton with it. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
They threw the screen to the perimeter, but to no benefit at all. Tackled behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of yardage.
It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down. Locke working out of the gun. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Excellent play there on 3rd down. Give them 25 yards.
Really? Really? Did we just see that? That's a big catch. One-handed, I might add, to pick up a 1st down.
I was going to say, on 3rd down for the defense, it's one thing to give up a reception. You just got to shake your head on a one-handed catch to pick up the first. Locke now on 1st down. Got an open man here, and it's K.J. Hamler. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Again, they'll throw with Locke. His throw incomplete. He was trying to get it to Zach Ertz that time, but it's going to be 2nd down.
They've given up a few 1st downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Locke now going to hang on to it, and he is going to lose yardage here. They call that a loss of 6 yards, and it's 3rd down now. Well, that play never really got off the launching pad. He had a linebacker in his face before he had a chance to do much of anything.
Yeah, I think it's big boys up front, that offensive line. They've got to do a little bit better job of protecting him if they're going to continue to run the option like this.
And that one drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it.
That'd be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. On the crossing route, complete. That's James. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
The 27-yard line.
Here we go.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Another 1st down there as this one goes for 25. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 48-yard line.
Go. Mike's 50, Mike's 50.
Wilson after the play fake to Carson. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete.
Chris Harris.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
Mike 50.
On the ground, this is Rashad Penny. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
On 3rd down, Wilson. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on 3rd down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. Faking the give to Lindsey. Here's Locke. Open man Hamler. That's complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield.
It's a gain of 20.
A really nice gain of 25 yards.
1st down.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already.
That's the end of the 1st quarter with the score Seahawks 14, Broncos nothing.
Shotgun snap and a give to Lindsey. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
56 to Mike. 56 to Mike. Here we go, D. It's just me and you. It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
From the gun, it's Locke. This is Hamler on the receiving end. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
1st down, Broncos.
On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. Not much there. Maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
57 to Mike. Rock 57.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Locke trying for the tight end. Ertz, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 47-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, that could really put them in command before intermission.
And it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
Check 48, the mic. Check 48. Touch 50, touch 50. Whip. Watch the whip. Big air.
On second down, it's Carson. Oh, he's got a little daylight. Past the 20. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Chris Carson, his 19th touchdown now on the season. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead. And it's up and good.
Makes the score Seahawks 21. Broncos nothing.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And no return on this one. It's a fair catch, a signal for, and take it.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Throwing on first down is Locke. They're looking for Judy, but it's intercepted. It's Quentin Dunbar with a pick.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
Let's go, Mike 50. Mike 50. Dan. 14. You got time right there.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Wilson. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Von Miller, he was the one getting in there, able to wreak his usual havoc.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things that's gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget.
I'm coming. Mike's 50. Get ready.
3rd and long, it's Wilson. They set up the screen to Penny. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
They dialed up the screen pass on 3rd down, and for a second it looked like it was all going to come together, and they had a chance to pick up a first down, but the defense got there and finished it off.
It's a 46-yard punt, 2 on the return, and it'll be 1st and 10 Broncos from deep in their own territory. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. It's a gain of 34.
This offense has been slow to get started, but that play will certainly give them a little bit of life. Maybe the late wake-up call that they had been seeking.
Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Locke. He'll get this to Phillip Lindsay, complete. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. 16 more on that one and another first down.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. A run with Lindsay out of the gun. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34.
Jamal Adams there on.
Well, I think after that run, the defense is getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
And he whips that one incomplete there.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap. He locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Yards to go.
The Broncos on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. From the gun, Locke. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there that brings up 4th.
4th down.
Vic Fangio, an old-school coach, but he's going to go for it here on 4th. They'll go for it. It's Locke. That's going to be caught. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. Locke going to keep this. And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. Phillip Lindsay, touchdown number 15 of the year. And the Broncos cut into that lead. Down 3 scores already. This game was really in danger of getting away from them. They needed a drive like that, especially on the road.
Not only to calm themselves, but maybe tamp down the crowd a little bit, because everything was against them. As you noted, this game could have gotten away from them very easily, but instead, the calming drive, now they have a little bit more confidence. Okay, we're back in it. All right, we're ready to go. That was impressive.
And the defense now needs to reciprocate. A lane opens here. He's past the 30.
On the return, the Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get...
Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
The fumble on 1st down. Now here's 2nd down.
Single, slot. Hey, you're on an island over there. You're on an island. Check 13. What? Look.
Out of the gun. Here's Wilson. He'll find Metcalf. There he goes, right side. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Making a hat trick for Russell Wilson. 3 touchdown passes now. And the Seahawks add on to their lead.
Myers for the extra point.
That's a pretty quick response to that last touchdown drive. It seemed like they may be giving up momentum. Not so fast.
No, not at all, because they ended up pushing the lead up once again, and you're exactly right. Thought momentum might have been shifting. Instead, they grabbed old Mo, didn't let him get to the opposite sideline.
Now this will make it into the end zone. And Rodgers will hold on to this one, and it'll come out to the 25.
25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Block. Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Thus far, they have been able to move the line of scrimmage very well in the running game. Almost felt like they said in the huddle, can you guys pass protect? Let's take a big shot downfield. Didn't get it on that one, but they may come back to it again.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Locke. Oh, he'll air this one. He's got a man. Complete. And he makes it all the way down to the 31.
Jerry Judy.
A huge play there for Denver. 44 yards.
1st down, Denver.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. From the gun, Locke. And complete to Zach Ertz. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line.
Zach Ertz.
11 more on that one and another 1st down.
And the Broncos 1st down.
Locke going to keep this himself. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down. Well, for that being an option play, there really weren't too many options available for him, were there?
No, there weren't, and at least he was able to get back to the line of scrimmage, so he didn't lose anything, but you're exactly right. Nowhere to go.
And this is taken in by Hamler for a Bronco touchdown.
K.J. Hamler. Touchdown.
K.J. Hamler. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Broncos get a bit closer. CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the 1st quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the 2nd. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Their own 25-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. And we'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to add on to it.
Well, with as much time as is left on the clock, I would imagine it would be the latter. I think they're going to try and add on to it. So what they're going to tell the team...
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way down to the 29. A big play there just before halftime. 46 yards.
1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
Run left. 50 to Mike.
From the shotgun, Wilson. He's got Burton here. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
Mike's 50. Good track.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit.
A 32-yard attempt.
And Myers able to knock it through, and that will do it for this first half. So we have come upon halftime here in Week 17, as we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach.
Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Shaquille Griffin knocking it away that time in coverage.
It's now 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again. Block. And it's knocked away and incomplete. The linebacker, Bobby Wagner, able to get back in coverage and knock it free.
Well, we saw that they had a lot of success last week throwing the football, but that hasn't translated to this week. But with his team behind, I don't expect him to back off. I expect him to keep firing.
Throwing his lock on 3rd down. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10.
7-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
And how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. Miles Jack there to make the tackle.
Well, sometimes as a running back, you've got to be able to improvise when the hole's not where you expect it to be. But in this case, there wasn't any improvisation that he could do that was going to work. Kind of like if you're trying to be a comedian on open mic night at the Improv and you run into a tough crowd.
From the 39, Wilson. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a 1st.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
From the gun on 3rd down, Wilson. Flushed out right, eluding the pressure right. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Well, they'll get the yardage, but they hate to see him take that hit.
You're always trying to cool off a big-time guy throwing the ball, but you have to know when to back off, pull up, and not hit him. There's the penalty.
Now it's Carson. And he'll take this one down to about the 40.
Carson, the ball carrier.
There for the tackle, the former Wisconsin Badger, Leon Jacobs.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, helped their spot, and stacked him up.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now they'll throw it with Wilson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
From the gun on third down. Wilson, flush to his right. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And that will push this lead up to 20 now. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted. But I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. On first down, Locke. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Maybe a frustration penalty there because he's picked them apart.
They've tried their best to get to him and haven't done it successfully. A penalty as a result of that hit there.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. On play action, Locke. And that's complete. Albert Okwuegbunam. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
On 1st and 10, here's Locke. And he's going to have the hook up to 7. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
Complete to Cortland Sutton. 8 yards on the
facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch. Good for 8 yards.
12-yard line.
Locke on the give. It's Lindsey. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal. Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage. But every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled them with the inside run.
Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets them back now for 2nd down.
2nd and goal at the 5-yard line.
Locke working out of the gun. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. Zach Ertz, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos cut into that lead.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury, and it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run, and he finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
McManus's point after is good, and that cuts this lead down to 13.
Kickoff for Denver.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. On 1st down, Carson. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
From the 40 now on 2nd down, Wilson. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Finally a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. From the gun, it's Wilson. He'll let this go for the end zone. And that is incomplete.
After what they faced during this game where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, there has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there.
37.
So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you score points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well and get a few stops.
They'll run on 1st down. Lindsey. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Operating from the gun. Lock. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
The scoreboard tells a story for him, a little bit bleak, and while it's not quite desperation time yet, it's definitely getting close, but the defense reads the scoreboard as well. They're going to back up and make them really earn it.
And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, That doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
At the 20-yard line.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
I got you. Hey, look, 48. Hey, we don't like the 48 right now. Let's go. We own this.
To throw again, Wilson. And the Broncos get there and take him down. Barreling in for the sack, Shelby Harris. Well, it was 2nd and long. Now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving them exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
Wilson of the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. From the gun, Wilson. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. Now here's Michael Dixon, standing just outside his own goal line. Hamler now on the return. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10.
At their own 36-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him. All right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
On 1st down, it's Lindsay. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
Brought down at the 35-yard line. 1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
As they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
56, Mike, 56, right there, 56.
On 2nd and 9, Locke. He'll find Lindsay here. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line.
Oh, I came to my feet on that one. I thought he was getting close to breaking that one big, but in the end, give some credit to the defense, finding a way to get to him and forcing a 3rd down.
Here's a quick throw out left. It's complete. And he will have the 1st down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. The drive stays alive. A 3rd down gain of 8. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Into the red zone, it's Locke. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete. Shaquille Griffin knocking it away that time in coverage.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
56, Mike, 56, right there, 56.
Block again here on 2nd and 10. Escaping the pressure right. And he fires one incomplete. Cortland Sutton was the man he was looking for. And that'll make it 3rd down.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. To throw on 3rd down. Block. And that is caught, but the back judge right there to say incomplete.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
A 36-yard attempt.
And McManus able to put it through, and that will cut the lead down to 13. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
5-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
At the 24-yard line.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Operating from the gun, Wilson. This one into the hands of Burton. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
3rd and 10.
From the gun, Wilson. He sets to fire deep. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. Nowhere to go that time. It's a 46-yard punt with a loss on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. He completes this to Sutton. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
A gain of 22.
A well-executed 22-yard gain. Faking the give to Lindsey. Here's Locke. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
So much about defending the pass is being able to be right there at the moment the ball gets to the receiver. And he was right in his hip pocket, helping force that incompletion.
Locke will try again on 2nd down. He's got this complete to Ryan Switzer. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49.
5
yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. The Broncos on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This will be 3rd and 5. Now a handoff for Lindsey. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first.
Taken down.
Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on 3rd down.
Goes 1st down.
They fake the handoff. Now Locke. And he's going to go down. Back near midfield at the 49.
9 yards.
Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Another try after the first down sack. Locke. Open man. He completes it to Judy. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 27-yard line. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. To throw it is Locke. Screen pass to Lindsey. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line.
Complete to Philip.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. From the gun, it's Locke. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
The Broncos on 3rd down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This will be 3rd and 5. Locke looks to throw it again. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Zach Ertz with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Broncos have cut it to within a score.
And that was a beautiful ball right there as he waited for his tight end to come uncovered in the end zone, so give him points for patience as well. Delivered it right where it needed to be for 6 points.
31.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You've got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit.
And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. DK Metcalf. 75 yards. There the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. I don't think you can get any more efficient or tidy, whatever word you want to use in that. Man, one play, 75 yards in zone.
Yeah, efficient, tidy, excellent words. How about explosive? 75 yards, one play. That means everyone handled their assignment, doesn't it? It doesn't just mean that the defense broke down. They really executed the way that was drawn up on the whiteboard. Big-time play, big-time result.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter. This drive becomes very critical. The first play of the drive there is incomplete. That time he was looking for Jerry Jeudy. That'll bring up 2nd down.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Locke. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. 17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a first down. Now Locke again. Got a man open. It's Sutton. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up second down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Again, they'll throw with Locke. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. He was looking to go back to Sutton there, and it's 3rd and 5.
They're down 2 scores, and they need a quick one to try and get back into this one. That was one way to try and get it done. Unsuccessful in the attempt, but they have no choice but to keep trying.
Again, it's Locke. This is Hamler on the receiving end. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a first down. Clock management, definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at about the 31. A big seam, and he might go all the way. And he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown. And that drive happened quickly, which is great because they scored the points, but then their defense has to come right back out on the field.
It is exciting, isn't it, for the offense to do that? The defense is saying, okay, that's cool, but let's not make it a habit. We need to get some rest sometime.
The extra point now coming from Myers. And that one pushes the lead up to an even 20.
Makes the score Seahawks 51. Broncos.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And this will make it into the end zone. And Rodgers will hold on to this one, and it'll come out to the 25.
25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Throwing on first down is Locke. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, second down.
Trying to decipher what's going on out there because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown, and frankly, that should have been another pick right there. And his throw here is incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
Throwing his Locke on 3rd down. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. They'll go for it. It's Locke. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. And they take a knee. And they'll indeed take a knee. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. And they will take a knee here.
Well, they certainly didn't appear to be fired up about their options throwing the football. So, to me, this seems like a case of just kind of taking their medicine there, run the ball, see if they could pick up something. Instead, they were throwing for a loss.
And, well, they could just run this clock out, but here is the field goal unit on 4th down. This one from 46 yards out. Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Seahawks, they will indeed finish over 500 at 9-7. And that is maybe not exactly what they were hoping for, but a better-than-average season nonetheless. Meanwhile, for the Broncos, they'll limp to the finish line with a final record of 5-11. And this is a team that has a few good pieces in place, but could stand to get deeper and younger all around. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin.